Welcome to another episode of Chattin. It's your boy Bettis here, my boy G.
What's good? What's up? How y'all doing? Alright, so we're gonna get right into it today. We got a couple of topics we want to cover. Some current events, the state of the economy, real estate, things that we love talking about, sports, all that. So I guess we'll get right into it, you know what I mean? So first let's talk about that Micah Parsons trade. How do you feel about that?
Ooh. Well, first of all, I think it was a great trade for the Packers, now more so the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, he needs to just give it up. I feel like the dude got too much control over the team for real. You know what I mean? I think his son is the GM though, right?
I think so.
I think his son is the GM, but I feel like he got too much control on what's going on.
But he owned the team though.
I know. At the end of the day, because people be like, "Oh yeah, you need to sell the team." It's like, well, he the owner, so it's like, shut up.
It's crazy how people be like, you sell something that's yours.
It don't make no sense. But I see them like the hardcore fans. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like as a hardcore fan, like I understand that. You know what I mean? But honestly, the Cowboys, even with Micah Parsons, they weren't gonna do much.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What, 6-7 wins, if anything? Definitely not winning the division.
Nah.
Obviously, you got the Eagles in there.
Not my bird. Not with
the Eagles on there. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe it wasn't too bad, just because with or without Micah Parsons, they would not still be a good team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it was better off just moving off that. You know what I mean?
Right.
What they got in return and 2 first-round picks. I mean, I guess the 2 first-round picks could turn into something, and
right.
Kenny Clark is serviceable. You know what I'm saying? They did need more work in the interior defense. But overall, I mean, I think this for right now, the Packers won that trade as of right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I think, just to piggyback on what you said, I think that I agree. I think Packers won that trade. But, it's obviously to be seen. Like, we'll see after their first game. But, they did it. In that trade, the Cavs were able to acquire that defensive tackle, help stop the run. And they did a decent job. But, honestly, the Eagles looked rusty, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Eagles could have easily lost.
Yeah,
Easily lost.
They didn't. The Eagles, to me, didn't play a good game. I mean, you had 1 target on A.J. Brown.
Right.
At the end of the game.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Jalen Hurts was doing a lot of that weird stuff he did in that Rams playoff series where he wasn't throwing the ball and getting taken aside. Like, I don't know. And then our secondary CeeDee Lamb was cooking us. He was cooking us.
Yeah.
I mean,
he missed big plays.
If he caught all 3 of those passes, we're talking about a 200-yard game.
Oh yeah, easily, yeah.
So now, what conversation are we having at that point? Like after he has 200 yards receiving, now it looks like we have probably one of the worst secondaries in the league. So.
Nah, for sure.
So we got away with that win, but
I definitely got away with that one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, we got away. But it's early. It's the beginning of the season.
Super early reaction.
I know. I was talking to my brother about it, and he's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, right.
But I was telling him it's too early to tell. You can't tell if the Cowboys are good. You can't tell if the Eagles are going to be good.
Yeah. But I mean, Dak Prescott definitely had a little performance.
Yeah.
You said it's a contract year, right?
I think it's a contract year, and I guess, I mean, honestly, you can't blame that game on him. He played well.
Nah, he played very well. I mean, I can't blame him whatsoever, for sure.
Right. Next topic. Let's talk about Shador and Shiloh Sanders. Update on that.
Prime time.
All right. Looks like currently... all right. Shiloh is currently a free agent. He was released by Tampa Bay Buccaneers during the roster cuts after the preseason. And obviously we know about that incident during the Tampa Bay's preseason finale. Shiloh was ejected for punching Buffalo's Bills tight end Zach Davidson. The NFL subsequently issued a $4,669 fine. I think it's chunked into them, but that dog hurt my pockets for sure. Okay, well they didn't even enforce it yet, so. But they say they usually deduct it from the paycheck, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it still means nothing.
Shador is third string quarterback. Some people are surprised. I'm not particularly surprised, to be honest, that he's a third string quarterback, to be honest.
I mean, he's the 144th pick, drafted in the 5th round. You know what I mean?
I think he's lucky he's on the team, you know what I mean? So,
you think he's lucky to be on the team?
Well, in just the manner in which he's drafted, if they really were trying to, like, you know, blackball him for sure, like, you know, I think he's lucky. But he signed a 4-year deal worth approximately $4.6 million, which included a signing bonus of $447,000, which is basically a nice home in New Jersey, nice medium income home in New Jersey. He got as a signing bonus. He's gonna obviously.
I mean, none of that mean nothing. Their family's rich. They're good anyways. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised about him obviously being a third string quarterback. I expect him to be the starter mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Joe Flacco's obviously he's named the starter. He's gonna have like a shaky start. And I don't know how much faith I have in Gabriel, man. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna give him a shot, obviously, because he was a first round pick.
Right.
So there's that, but I feel like he's gonna outplay. He's gonna end up outplaying him if he stays healthy.
Well, how do you outplay him? I mean, somebody got to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, how is he just gonna outplay him? The time to outplay him is in the preseason, really.
Yeah, and he didn't really outplay him.
Yeah,
he had that one good. He had that one good preseason game, and then he got outplayed the next game.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I have faith in him, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I definitely want to see him win. But at the same time, too, it's like, yo, it's the Cleveland Browns, though. That's where quarterback careers go to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, we can't forget about Deshaun Watson too. Like, he's still on the books. Like, I know, you know, he hurt with a torn Achilles, but
how long have you been out with that torn Achilles? It's been a little bit, right? He missed last season. No, he played last season.
He played last season. Yeah, he played last season. It happened.
So it
happened like mid-season. I want to say.
So it's like a year recovery almost.
Yeah, but he's out for this year though. Like, you're not coming back this year. I think something happened in between afterwards with the healing process.
It's probably just didn't heal as
maybe he got infected or something like that.
Or maybe he tried to go too early and then got probably injured it again.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, horrible contract. That's number one. Like, that's no
for
debate.
The Browns.
Yeah, no debate. Horrible contract for him to be on the books, or they could be spending that money on more valuable pieces to make the Cleveland Browns a better team. But that's something that they're just known for, just making bad decisions. They're just,
well, how could they predict what was going to happen though?
Yeah, you can't predict that, but for me, it's the guaranteed money aspect of it.
Yeah, but everybody wants guaranteed money now.
Nah, I get it, and you know, toodles to him and his agent for making that happen, but no, man, it's like that's what Jerry Jones was afraid of too, the guarantee. You know what I mean? It's that guaranteed contract that really be, you know, holding teams hostage, you know, giving the players all the leverage. The owners don't want they don't want that. I'm going to
contrast that statement just because I can't say they're giving them all leverage. I think there's still some leverage there for the team because it's like they're still making money off that player's likeness, even though that player gets hurt or decides not to play. By jersey sales, things like that, like, you know, appearances, fans, still come to the games, even though they're not playing. Like, I feel like there's still some money, but I agree. I don't think it's as much of a straightforward turnover on investment than if you were playing.
Yeah.
But I think it's like I could see that argument for the guaranteed money because it's like, all right, well, I'm not playing, but you still sold my jersey for $150 and you made money.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like, there's still that, and then some of the stuff they do outside too. I mean, half of the team too, like attending like, you know, meetings and all types of like stuff for the community and things like that. So it's like that also helps boost, you know, their stuff too. So I don't know, that's my thing.
Nah, I mean, I definitely hear that, and I mean, like I said, I'm definitely for the player getting their bread. Because, football is a gruesome sport. You know what I'm saying? We both played it.
Yeah.
And you definitely want that guaranteed money for sure. I get it. Trust me, I get that. But from a business point of view, it's like, damn.
You want them to be playing.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, we're talking about this dude getting paid over 50 mil and he's not even playing this season. You know what I'm saying? It's that's a hit, man.
Yeah, I know.
You feel that.
100% as a hit.
Yeah, you feel that. As an owner, I can't imagine. That hurts. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Let's go into our next topic. So, we were talking a little bit about last week. We were talking about how crazy Juan Soto's contract was.
Soto.
And then you got to see the Mets game last week. How was it?
I see the Mets game last week.
You saw Juan Soto in person?
I seen Juan Soto in person.
Sir.
Swaggy.
He was swaggy
as hell, man.
Yeah,
he had his chain on, you know what I'm saying? Just that rich jog, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm getting money, you feel me?
Facts.
Talk about that contract real quick, though.
Yeah, I mean, contract overview, we got the length is his total 15 years, $765 million, the largest contract in professional sports history. That's pretty impressive. Signing bonus is $75 million.
$75 million signing
paid within
bonus.
60 days of commissioner approval.
2 months. Right in your bank account.
That's actually insane.
Insane.
$75
million signing bonus.
So it's really 800 mil.
Yeah.
Plus, you know what I mean?
800 mil.
Yeah, it's really
That's stupid, yo.
Signing. I mean, he paid hella taxes on that signing bonus, but he probably still walked away with like 30. You know what I mean?
No, more than 30.
Nah.
You don't think so?
After taxes?
You think they're taking out 50%?
Yeah, off the top. Yeah, yeah, 50% off the top. Yeah, any bonus.
Jesus Christ.
The government, Uncle Sam is disrespectful.
My goodness.
Yeah, they're taking 50% off the top, and then he has to pay job tax and things like that.
Job tax,
because it's income.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I think he walked away like 30, 35.
It's still beautiful. I mean,
which is still a lot of money, but it's just ridiculous.
That's a lot to give away.
30, back. I mean, 35 million. I mean, he could do so much. I mean, he could buy so many cribs.
He could do a lot. I'm not even gonna get into that.
He could do so much money with that.
You know what I'm saying? And more so. Oh, and the fact he got a no trade clause too, which is crazy in itself. And he ain't going nowhere.
No deferred money, and this is the breakdown for 2020. Okay, for the years, this is how it's gonna work. For 2025 to 2026, he's gonna get paid 46 mil, and then 2027, he's gonna get paid 42 mil. So it's weird. It goes 46 to 42, and then to 2028 to 2029. He's going to get paid 46 mil. 46.8 mil. And then from 2030 to 2038, the last 10 years, he's going to get paid 46 mil. So really, NBA players really get paid more money.
Yeah. When you look at like a Steph Curry or Anthony Edwards.
I mean, LeBron old ass is going to be getting paid like 50 mil this year when he opted in. So, but at the same time, this is a 10-year deal. I mean, this is life-changing money on me.
And unbelievable. So, like I was saying, I mean, it was an amazing game. He hit a home run. The crowd went crazy. Mm-hmm. He caught this crazy catch. They were just smacking him so much that they didn't really have much to really have him out there for. Like, I think they took him out in like the 8th or 9th inning. It got boring. The game got boring. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
Baseball it's not the funnest to watch.
It was a great experience though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it was my first, Mets game. Definitely everything's overpriced. $7 hot dog. I bought an $18 can of beer, which was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Got to see a fight. So that was cool.
Got to see a fight. That's always cool, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a vibe.
So what happened? What happened with the fight?
It was definitely a vibe though. It's just, I don't know. It was two Dominicans just, I don't know, fighting about Juan Soto. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was literally it started off with two Dominicans and then one of them got jumped. And then security tried to stop them.
Dudes are just fighting just to fight.
Just to fight, man. Like, it was sauce, so many sauce people. Security couldn't stop them. The cops came. The cops couldn't stop them. It was mayhem. It was so crazy.
Dudes are just fighting just to fight, bro. Talking about
apparently,
fighting.
I heard afterwards that one of them was a cop. pulled out his badge after the fight. I don't know. It was just a mess. But like I said, it was a vibe. Great experience. Went to the gift shop. Bought a few things. They definitely had some cool stuff in there. I see how they get obtaining this money from Juan Soto. I mean, everything is in there is overpriced. The shirts, the hoodies, but they're tough though. Some of the hoodies is hard. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
It's like 160, 180, 200 for. I'm like, I don't know, man. I probably just get the bootleg version on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was a great time, great experience. You know. This is great for him, man. Just generational wealth, you know. Definitely, I know he's breaking bread back with his family back in DR, which I'm all for. You know, Haiti's right there with it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that.
You better treat the Haitians better, though.
Nah, we ain't gonna get into that, man. They don't, you know, they don't like us, man. We ain't gonna get into that though. Alright, so what else?
Alright, well, that's enough about current events, man. Let's get right into the financials, man. Let's talk about some money instead of talking about other people's money. So, man, let's talk about tariffs, the economy, labor market weakness. Let's start with labor markets. You know what I mean? August jobs report just came out. The U.S. added 22,000 jobs. Far below expectations, marking the slowest growth since 2021. The unemployment rate rose to 4.3, a 4-year high. Sectors with major job losses include manufacturing, construction, and government, particularly due to fluctuations in tariffs, immigration policy, and uncertainty. Federal Reserve policymakers such as New York Fed President John Williams viewed the labor data as signs that gradual interest rate cuts are likely, assuming inflation continues to cool next year. But looks like we're looking at manufacturing, construction, government, particularly due to tariffs. That's where the major job losses are, and then that pays into. You gotta also think when they talk about like manufacturing, construction, government, you gotta also look at some of these like supplemental industries, for so to speak, right? Like service industries that provide services, bookkeeping services, lawyers services, accounting services that work with these companies. If they're firing people, right, that means they're cutting down on costs altogether, and they might cut costs on all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Look for the cheapest everything. You know, they're not going to cut down on their labor, so you know that could have a trickle down effect. So that's on the note there. But obviously, the jobs report is tough right now. People are losing their jobs. It's a tough economy. If you didn't save any money, if you went on like 5 vacations this year and you lost your job, you're probably in a pickle right now. So there's that. You got anything to say on that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not more so like a statement. It's more so like a question. Do you think the fact that the Trump administration is deporting, you know, people back to their country, do you think that's affecting what's going on with the labor market as well too?
Well, that's a great question. So this wouldn't play into this. For example, this wouldn't play into this. So it looks like even though that they're even deporting people and keeping people out of jobs, they're still not creating new jobs. So the question is, what's happening with the jobs that people are losing?
But it says here added, you know, 22,000 jobs. So like, where are those 22,000 jobs?
It could be coming from them. It could be coming from exactly what you're talking about. It could be coming from replacing those immigrants.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Yeah, that could just be coming. So that's a great point.
Yeah.
The picture could be much worse, actually. The fact that you're right, these are 22,000 jobs. I mean, it doesn't really give even this report, or you know, you gotta do a little more digging, but like this doesn't give a lot of context, but to speculate, just like you're saying, like, you know, this could be the fact that these 22,000 jobs will be coming from people that are just kicking out of the country. Like there might not actually be that many job openings.
Right. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait.
There might be less far more job openings, but 22,000 is crazy. Actually, 22,000 is very low. For this is the country. This is not New Jersey. This is not New York. This is the country, bro. Like, you know, there's only 22,000 job postings.
Are you saying that's too low?
This is way too low.
Are you saying it's too low?
Yeah, typically per month it's like 100,000. Yeah, okay. This is very bad actually. They're saying this is the lowest. This is far below. This said, this is a 4-year low in unemployment. 4-year low that we're talking about since 2021. So we're talking
Okay,
about
so-
pandemic. You're comparing this to the pandemic.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do you think the solution is to?
I mean, obviously the tariffs. I don't know what the goal of the tariffs is. I wish I knew what the actual goal of the tariffs were. I don't know what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to get these companies to buy locally. But all that's going to do is, I mean, they're, you know,
It's just gonna have other countries just increase their tariffs.
it's going to do that.
Tariff wars. Isn't that what
Exporting
they
is
were
going to be.
doing?
We don't export a lot. Well, 70% of the U.S. GDP is based on domestic consumer spending, right? So if you want people to buy American, the problem is you're laying off people, right? Right? You're not creating any jobs, but you want people to buy American. Who's gonna buy American if people don't have jobs?
Yeah, it doesn't.
And on top of that, these American things are gonna be more expensive because you're kind of just you at a high level, tip of the iceberg. It looks like you're like putting America first because you're like making people buy American, but what you're really doing is you're kind of like you're being more like Russia, like a communist more than you think. And I don't want to get political into it, but because you're suppressing the true essence of capitalism, the true elegance, the lack of intervention of capitalism, the free market. You're kind of like squeezing it in the sense of not allowing free, uninterrupted competition to come in and compete for the market, right? By increasing artificially prices from other countries and your competition, right? For example, to put it in the simple terms, like let's say me and you are competing, right? We competing for a girl. You know what I mean? We both like this girl. You know what I'm saying? You got more money than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? She like money, you could buy her fancy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you decide you could buy her fancy things, but you know, she doesn't really like fancy things, like, you know what I mean? I can give her the same thing for less. You know what I'm saying? What if you artificially was like, all right, well, the stuff that he buys for you, he gotta pay me first and then buy it for you. So now it costs the same amount to buy from you to mess with me and to mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, all right, I'm gonna tax this dude because he trying to get my girl. So, you know, every time, bro, you come over here and you try to take her out, you got to throw me some bread and then take her out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. It's like, and now it's like, damn, she's like, oh, wow. Now his pocket's hurting. You know what I'm saying? Now his pocket's hurting. And now she's looking at you like, well, damn, I might as well mess with him because his pocket's still right. You know what I'm saying? His pocket's hurting now, so you can't really take me on dinners no more. You can't really afford it like that. And now, like, you end up winning, right? Is that fair? You know what I mean?
Nah.
I try to put it as best as I could, but you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense a little bit?
Nah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You're kind of suppressing that a little bit, so that competition. And
I mean, I get that aspect too, for sure. But I feel like it's temporary. I think it's temporary because Trump is not going to be in term. I mean, obviously not getting a third term, so yeah, it's temporary. You know, the next president's going to be most likely Democrat.
Yeah.
Probably say, right?
Yeah.
You know, don't want to really get into politics, but I don't think this is going to be a thing where we have to. I mean, we're just going to have to endure this for the next 3 years and see how things play out.
We'll see, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So looks like, and another thing, you know, obviously the Fed's going to lower interest rates. That goes into our next topic a little bit, going into the real estate stuff. So looks like the Fed might lower interest rates, which will increase, which will be good for small businesses. Obviously, if it's like the 10-year interest rate, 10-year bonds, or 15-year notes, then it will probably be good for mortgage rates too. Because I believe that.
Treasury?
Yeah, the Treasury bonds. I think, I believe the interest rates, mortgage rates are kind of based on that. Are in a sense correlated to those 15 those long-term bonds.
Yeah.
By the
Definitely,
Treasury.
y'all need to get your hands on some bonds.
For sure. Really
I sleep on the bonds.
Definitely get into the bonds. Big sleeper right there. So, that might alleviate some pressure on households trying to buy their first home. But
Yeah.
it's gonna you're also.
I mean, well, it depends on the state, I would say.
Wichita, Kansas, rent prices can jump nearly 10%. What they're talking about they're talking about realtor. They're basically like, you gotta understand, like they're talking about rent. So like there's people that do multi-families across states. Kansas has become like one of those new markets where like where the ROI is pretty substantial because rent, mortgages, and the cost of housing is so much cheaper. Like for example, someone will go in there and buy a multifamily. I don't know what the prices are, but relative to to New Jersey, it's probably like twice as less expensive. Like maybe the average home in Kansas is like probably $200,000 or $100,000.
Goodness.
In some areas, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting that,
But that's like around. Let's say, was that like trailer stuff?
No, you can get a full-blown house in some areas.
200K? 200K?
200K, yeah, 200, yeah, for sure. But obviously, like
pros and cons.
jobs, less jobs.
Exactly.
They pay less, minimum wage is lower.
Exactly. Pros and cons.
But if you get like $1,000 mortgage and you get two people paying $600 a month, or $800 a month, you're making more profit in terms of percentages.
While working too, so at the same time, kind of bounces out.
You know what I'm saying? So
it bounces out.
So this is why these kind of areas, especially like Wichita, Kansas, which I guess they would say like maybe it's an upcoming area. It's an upcoming area for investors. Obviously, a lot of people are buying real estate in Wichita, Kansas. I'm familiar with school in Kansas, so I'm familiar with Wichita. It's kind of city-like. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's good barbecue.
I don't know why I'm thinking of like trailer park stuff. Say that to me.
I don't think they're taking into account that, but I mean they could be, but like no.
Is that would be going on out there too?
There's trailer parks everywhere. There's trailer parks everywhere.
Yeah, okay. So I got the right idea.
There's definitely trailer parks there, but no, I'm saying there's trailer parks in every state, but
Well, in Jersey too?
There's definitely trailer parks in New Jersey, yeah. Not up here.
Yeah.
But you go west enough, or you go, if you go west enough, if you go up to like Mount Vernon, New Jersey,
really?
there's trailer parks. There's people that live in trailer parks there. Just outside Essex County, Essex County is not known for that, because white people live in trailer parks.
Yeah, I'm just like, because I'm not really more so like knowing what trailer park stuff. I have no idea, honestly.
So everyone's anticipating those rate cuts, right? We'll see what he does. He might lower them probably like 0.5 basis points. So when you talk about 5 basis points. I'm so sorry, 5 basis points. That's like 0.5%. So something like that. I'm expecting 5 basis points. Remember that 5 basis points cut for the winter meeting. So I think there'll be 5 basis points. I think people are going to go crazy. Obviously, it's a constant. People are always looking for homes. And then it looks like there's going to be a moderate rate increase in rents as well. That'll come with that. Which,
of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's average 2%. So we're talking about 1.2%, which is regular markets like Wichita and Charlotte, which are like up and coming markets. A lot of people are moving from bigger cities to these areas. So, Charlotte's an upcoming city. A lot of jobs in Charlotte. So, just to wrap it up, obviously, looking at the data, it looks to be a little bit conservative with the estimates for Q4 in terms of the outlook on housing, some of the key points: housing, interest rates, rent increases are probably going to be the same as historical levels, 2% a year, 2% a quarter. Wichita, Southeast regions, and Charlotte are some markets that are looking to see an increase in double digits of rent, and probably in Q4 as a lot of people migrate to those areas. But overall, everyone wants to buy a home. Most people want to buy homes, so everybody's going to be watching what the Fed does for Q4 and the interest rates, and let's see at the job market, obviously, which is a key indicator. Like I mentioned before, if people don't have jobs, then there's no one to buy the houses, and then real estate goes down. But if people have jobs, interest rates go lower. Then there's going to be more demand than supply. So we're going to be paying attention to the supply and demand curve moving forward. And that pretty much wraps up that segment. Do you have any comments?
Get your bread up.
Yeah,
get your bread up, man.
If you want to make it a little personal, I mean, like, I didn't go on any vacations this year. I've been trying to get my bread. I'm trying to stack my bread,
Sacrifice.
So, we're both landlords, I mean, like I mentioned that before. So, definitely guys that, understand a little bit at least, right? A little bit about some finance, a little bit.
Definitely.
So,
definitely know some.
So definitely stack your bread. But obviously enjoy yourself. Life is short.
Definitely life is short. You can't take it with you when you die. I definitely understand that point of view. But yeah, while you're here, man, you gotta make smart decisions. I mean,
yeah.
One stupid decision could really affect you for the rest of your life. So you really gotta take advantage of it now. And it doesn't matter, how old you are neither. I mean, you can always, make that change. Start investing and start, taking this stuff more seriously. Like I mentioned before, I also think too that, a lot of these things we're just going to have to endure for the next 3 years with Trump in office, because obviously him being president has, a lot to do with a lot of these different things that we talked about today. So definitely stay positive and try your best. Just don't waste your money, man. Definitely don't waste your money. I mean, now more than ever, 2025 is not the time to be wasting your bread.
We are actually in a recession. Like, it's not just talking about recession. It's not just we had declining GDP last quarter, and we're going to have declining GDP. You saw the jobs report. Obviously, I mentioned 22,000 jobs added, historical lows since the pandemic. We are actually in a recession. We are in a recession economy right now. It may actually get worse.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you talked about the unemployment rates.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the deportation, what Trump is doing. That's why I mentioned, him being in office is really affecting a lot of the unemployment spike that we're having at the moment.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're gonna wrap this video up. If you enjoyed this video, man, don't forget to smack that like button.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you have anything that you want to add or put anything in the comments that you want us to talk about in our next video, feel free to let us know down below in the comments section. Subscribe to keep up with what we got going on, man. Anything to add?
That's it, man. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to more episodes, and peace.
Peace.